show you how we did our foundation for our property, but I also wanted to show you a comparison. So this house is going to be built here, and they have what we call, what is this, like
a mound?
A mound. So they have a mound, they have it staked out, the four corners staked out. So they have this mound. If you look here, they just took a pile of dirt. They took a pile of dirt and they created this mound, and they're gonna dig out where they're going to be putting their plumbing and everything. But there's another way. So I'm going to show you in a second here. Do you think this is the better way, or do you think this is the better way?
It's groundbreaking day. So we have a crew working. This is the rebar for this project. How do you feel? Oh, what did you just say? I need to hear that. What did you say?
I have lava experiment. This project is better than that.
It's better than the lava experiment?
The inside of the project.
You silly boy. Oh, they already did some. Do you want to walk with me?
Money big.
Yeah, they dig some of it. You see? They're digging the garage. You see that? You see how they spray painted it? Let's get into this, but first, if you are new here and have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. You will see so much more in the coming weeks and months and years even of us living on this land, all the homesteading things, all the homeschooling things, the home building, everything. Our whole process of living on my greener pasture is going to be well documented. So let's go ahead and chat a little more about what's happening here. Like I mentioned to Jabari, they already chalked out or spray painted out where they're going to be digging for our foundation. And what I was telling you at the very beginning, that this build is a little different from what was happening at that other property, because they will be just digging on top of that mound. We are basically hugging the earth. We are tree huggers, we are earth huggers. We're basically hugging the earth. So we went down before we could go up, and we are going to be reinforcing that with the rebar and creating footers, not on a mound, but the footers were going to be within the ground. We'll go into more detail in a little bit here, but this is the first process of digging. And when we compared it as far as pricing goes, this is a more expensive process, but it is something that we wanted to do. Especially, we knew that we would be building a 2-story house, and we live here in Florida. We just wanted a solid house. You know, you want to build a solid foundation, right? So that's what we're doing here, and the kids are super excited to be able to be part of this journey, part of this process. And I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments.
Is that the block guy?
Yeah, that's the block guy.
So what's he digging for?
Because they're gonna do the footers for the house.
So the further than the underneath,
Uh-huh.
and then the footing rise.
You know I don't want to be in the RV forever, so you got to help me out now. Alrighty. So this is a close-up of what it looks like having the excavator go through, as well as having a guy with a shovel measure out what the trenches look like. That day ended with me telling Terry that it is going to rain, so we're going to have a lot of runoff. So this is the next day, and I'm checking it out. We are getting it done here. As you can see, there is some runoff, but it's okay, and that's part of building a house. Sometimes it's gonna rain. We have rebar, and so we're going around. Hopefully we can get an inspection in soon. We are moving right along rather quickly. So a lot of things you don't really know until you actually start building a house. So on the plans, exactly where each rebar is supposed to be positioned, their exact measurements, how many are literally on the plan. So this is why these guys are measuring, and it's very meticulous. I think that that's the word. But yeah, so we ended up calling an inspection after this because you can't move forward until the inspector double checks to make sure everything is exactly where it needs to be, which makes sense, right? Also, throughout every phase, I'll be sharing my GP fam, friends. Here is Terry's dad. He's inspecting the work, and actually some bricks that he gifted us went into the foundation, which is pretty cool. Now, this is an aerial view. I can't believe how tiny it looks, but Terry got on top of one of his trucks and he was able to take that picture. And then Safari Rose and I are celebrating because we get to pour concrete, which means we passed our footings inspection. Seriously, the best part is getting to do this with our kids and knowing this is all for them. It's not supposed to be like all the way hard. It's only supposed to be a little bit hard.
Can you tell me how I draw my name?
I will. Okay, so the first letter of your name is gonna be like this. A R, right? So I'm gonna do Rosalind first here.
You go to mommy.
Rosalind. You want to get out of the back? Where are you writing his name? Jabari. Ooh, look at Jabari. Let me see your face, boy. Good job. Okay, RT. You want to go? Sit down on your knees. Do an R. Back up a little bit. Do an R like that. Go ahead. Put your line going down like that. And then...
Yes, Rose.
I put an SR right there for you, Safari Rose. You see it?
So, this is our third load of concrete. So they have to call in another load of concrete. And it's here. Before they had like a pipe thing that was pouring it in. Now they are just gonna drop it directly into this place. Pour the rest for the garage. It's too far up. Literally through the whole process, everybody's still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hot.
Stay right here.
Terry is literally always helping out. Whatever crew is on site, he has to be doing something.
Okay, as you can see, we are preparing for tomorrow. Tomorrow, our
blocks for our stem wall go up, and it's been marked where each block is going to be, the line where the blocks are going to be. And it's getting more and more real. Like, that's going to be where our porch is, and this is going to be our entry into the home, and so on. Look at that. I'm not as tall as Terry. He does better videos than I. But this is it. Go around the side of the house so you can see and visualizing this. It's getting real. It's getting really real. That is going to be our patio right there. One of our patios, because there's a patio upstairs as well. So this is where we are at. Tomorrow is block day. Look at my honey bun over there. You see him? Sugar pie, honey bun, sugar pie, honey bun. You know I love you. And I also love that our family, Safari Rose's godparents, got to come visit Uncle Joe and Aunt Tina. They got to see things from the very, very beginning. And my sister Rhonda and her husband Mark, they were able to come, and I can't even get started about how helpful they have been throughout this entire process of advising us, because they've built a home here in Southwest Florida as well. So that was super, super exciting. And did you see those blocks in the background? Yep, they got delivered.
They done. That is crazy. They already done, and it's only 9. Hello. How y'all doing?
I'm not on site today, and it appears that Terry was late.
If I look, it's almost done.
So he kind of missed most of the stem wall blocks going up.
Done. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. It's all done. You see this? It's all done. Finish.
I actually think Terry is genuinely in shock at how fast they got to where they got, because we weren't on site, and by the time he got there, all the blocks were up. Okay, so one of the things that we were advised early on is that for our blocks, hire Mexicans because they get the job done, and clearly they did that. And this is part of what I was saying about building a solid foundation or what have you. These are extra steps that would not have been included had we gone with the mound and built from the mound. So the footers would not have been included, and this whole stem wall would not be here. So in part 2, we are going to show you kind of from where it would be if we were to just get a build on the mound. But so this extra step adds extra expense. But like I said, we're building a 2-story. We wanted it to be as sturdy and melt into the ground as possible. So that's how we got to this step here. And it's all done. This is the completed work. And the kids, I remember taking this picture and thinking to myself, it's as if they're playing in the house. Now turn the notification bell on so you won't miss part 2 of this. I'll tell you the inspections that we had to go through, what we had to do next, as well as I have a quick question. Do you think that those blocks remain empty? I'll let you think about that. For now, continue to make your greener pasture focused on health, wealth, and knowledge of self.